You know that moment when the world sharpens into cruel clarity, like a lens twisting into focus on the one thing you've been blurring out for years? For me, Emily Carter. That happened on my parents' 40th wedding anniversary, in the heart of our sprawling suburban home in Chicago's North Shore. The place was decked out like a page from Better Homes and Gardens, twinkling string lights draped over the backyard patio, a jazz band crooning standards from the corner, and caterers weaving through with trays of mini crab cakes and champagne flutes. Dad, in his tailored navy suit, the one he wore to seal those big corporate mergers, held court by the grill, regaling guests with the story of how he met Mom at that dive bar in the Loop back in the 80s. I'd heard it 100 times, but tonight he embellished it with details about the sticky floors, the jukebox playing Springsteen, and her shy smile that hooked him for life. I lingered by the dessert table, swirling a glass of Merlot I barely sipped, watching my siblings own the night. Ryan, my older brother, the hotshot investment banker, boomed laughter from a cluster of uncles, his charisma pulling everyone in like gravity. Sophia, my sister, glided through in her sleek black cocktail dress, custom-made from her own lifestyle branding firm, dispensing hugs and compliments, making sure every guest felt like the star of the show. The irony hit me like a gut punch, but I swallowed it down. 5 minutes to the big reveal. Sophia's voice cut through the chatter, herding everyone toward the living room where a velvet curtain hid the wall. She'd been teasing this epic tribute for weeks, something she and Ryan had poured months into. Mom linked arms with Dad, her eyes sparkling under the chandelier. I can't believe they pulled this off without us knowing, she whispered to her best friend. Emily, sweetie, come join us for the pictures. I edged closer, positioning myself just behind them, out of the spotlight as always. The photographer, another Sophia flourish, snapped away while Ryan gripped the curtain's tassel. 40 years of love, he announced in that polished Wall Street tone, deserves a monument to the journey and everyone who's made it possible. The curtain dropped. Gasps rippled through the room. It was stunning, a massive family portrait mural, painted in vibrant oils, spanning the entire wall like a Renaissance masterpiece. Branches of interconnected faces and names, from grandparents at the base to the newest grandkids at the tips. Tiny icons dotted it, a briefcase for Dad's career milestones, a palette for Sophia's creative ventures, even a faded photo of our old golden retriever, Buster, curled at the roots with a paw print. The crowd erupted in applause, phones flashing, hugs exchanged. Mom dabbed tears, Dad murmured unbelievable on repeat. Cousins pointed out their spots, laughing about inside jokes captured in the details. I stepped forward, my heart thudding a quiet alarm. Scanning left to right, top to bottom, 116 faces and names, down to third cousins and Dad's golf buddies labeled extended kin. Ryan's latest fling had a placeholder. Sophia's business partner grinned from a prominent branch. But me? Nowhere. Not a trace. I double-checked, thinking maybe they'd used my childhood nickname or tucked me in the shadows. Nothing. Zilch. Isn't it perfect? Mom breathed beside me, still misty-eyed. It's something, I choked out. She drifted off, pulled into another embrace. Another photo op. I stood there, rooted to the spot, the mural's glow mocking me, invisible, even as I stared at the proof of my non-existence. Sophia materialized at my side, champagne bubbling in her glass. What do you think? The artist dug through old albums and ancestry sites. Took forever. Forever meaning approvals, revisions, payments. And not once did anyone flag the gap where I should be. It's detailed, I said flatly. We even snuck in Dad's old college frat brother. See that corner? She pointed. oblivious to the void where her sister's face belonged. "Oh, Aunt Linda wants a sib pic, come on." I trailed her, pasted on a smile for the camera, nodded through Aunt Linda's rambling about Dad's wild youth. The party pulsed on. The mural now the Instagram backdrop for toasts and selfies. Hashtags about legacy and unbreakable bonds. By midnight, as the jazz faded and guests trickled out, I circled back to the wall alone. Phone out. I snapped close-ups of every section, evidence preserved. Heading out early. "Kiddo?" Dad called from the couch, not glancing up from his scotch. "Work calls," I lied. "Thanks for everything." He waved vaguely. The drive home to my downtown loft was silent. Those 116 names searing into my brain. Not rage yet, just a cold, illuminating dawn. I'd always been the shadow in this family. But this was deliberate erasure. Time to flip the script and see how they liked the dark. The slights had piled up since childhood, like dust in forgotten corners. 8 years old. School talent show. Ryan starred as the lead magician, Sophia as his glamorous assistant. Me, prop holder in the wings. No spotlight. Mom snapped endless photos. I'm in 2. Blurred in the background. "Emily's not one for the limelight," she'd say, as if she'd ever bothered to ask. By high school, the label stuck. Ryan the go-getter. Sophia the visionary. Me the reliable one, which translated to the one we overlook. My national debate championship trophy gathered cobwebs in the garage. Ryan's varsity letter from bench-warming lacrosse got framed in the foyer. I started tallying the oversights. The birthday where my seat at the table was forgotten. We figured you'd grab takeout on your way. The ski trip scheduled during my finals week. You wouldn't have fun anyway, too much powder. The cash flow started a decade back, during Dad's firm downturn. "Just a bridge loan," he'd said. And I cut the check from my tech startup savings. The bridge never ended. Ryan's condo down payment. Sophia's branding launch. Mom's boutique surgeries. My account became the family ATM. Withdrawals assumed. Gratitude optional. Emily's so giving, they'd brag at gatherings, like praising a vending machine for spitting out snacks. The real eye-opener hit 4 years ago at Thanksgiving. Around the table, sharing wins, Ryan boasted his promotion. Sophia her viral campaign. My turn? The edtech app I'd built. Serving 500 underserved schools. Pulling in grants left and right. Crickets. Then Mom pivoted. "That's sweet. Sophia, tell us about that influencer collab." Later. Eavesdropping from the kitchen, where I always ended up on dish duty. I heard her tell Aunt Linda, "Emily tinkers with her gadgets, keeps her out of trouble." My gadgets had just secured a $3 million venture round. The pattern was clockwork. I'd handle logistics for reunions, only to sit on the sidelines. They'd book events clashing with my schedule, then guilt me for prioritizing work over blood. "You're too in your head," Sophia would sigh if I hinted at hurt. Not everything's a slight. Except it was. Nothing revolved around me, that was the slight. The week before the anniversary, I'd offered to chip in on planning. "We're good," Mom brushed off, eyes on her phone. "You get overwhelmed with details." I'd never handled their details. They never let me. So I wired $6,000 to the gift fund instead. The thank you note came from Ryan and Sophia. My name? Absent. I'd convinced myself it was just family quirks, roles we all play. I had my life, the startup thriving, friends who actually knew my milestones. I could ghost through gatherings. But ghosts have echoes. That mural didn't forget me. It declared I never mattered. Every stray relative, every pet, every acquaintance etched in, but 38 years as daughter, sister. Safety net? Not worth the paint. The kicker, they hadn't noticed. Sophia, micromanaging every stroke, stood beside me gushing. blind to the whole. This wasn't oversight. It was choice. They'd weighed me and found me wanting. Fine. My turn to choose. 3 days post-party. The itch became unbearable. Was it malice or just apathy? A knife versus slow poison either way. I bled. I timed it for Sunday brunch at their place. Just mom and dad. Ryan was schmoozing clients, Sophia at a networking brunch. I brought bagels from that artisanal spot in Wicker Park 45 minutes out of my way. Midway through schmear, I dropped it about the mural. Gorgeous. Right? Mom beamed. The artist's pitching it to Architectural Digest. My face isn't on it. The knife paused. Dad glanced up from his tablet. Mom's expression flickered, not shock, but knowing. Oh, honey, she cooed. We figured you wouldn't want the fuss. You're so low-key. You included Buster, the dog who's been dead 15 years. Dad fidgeted. Sophia's call, nostalgic touch. Mom switched to her life coach voice. The one for difficult talks, It's just art. Don't take it to heart. Art with 116 faces, every in-law. Everybody. But not me. You're overthinking, Dad grunted. Back to the screen. You skip half our get-togethers anyway. I attended 28 last year. Logged But you're not really there, Mom added. Always on your phone. Usually fixing your forgotten reservations or Venmoing the florist. We didn't ask you to. Exactly. I rose. You assume. You take. Mom's concern mask slipped on if you feel sidelined. Try engaging more. Engage. I barked a laugh. I bankrolled Ryan's condo. Funded Sophia's firm. Covered your taxes for 7 years. Dad's knee surgery. Mom's spa retreats. Those were loans, Dad snapped. Ryan's repaying. 1 installment in 4 years. Money doesn't buy family, he shot back. Voice steel. There it was, the truth unmasked. They took my cash but resented the giver. Needed me. But not me. You're right, I whispered. Can't buy into a club that blackballed me. Mom protested feebly. We love you. Love acknowledges existence. Drama queen. Honest for once. At the door. I paused. They weren't even looking, Mom texting. Dad scrolling. Saddest part? I'd have taken a corner spot. Hell. Next to Buster. But nah. Mom glanced up. A flash of regret? Gone. We can add you if it's such a big deal. To me. Not you. Just to pacify. Don't ruin the aesthetic. Walking out. Dad muttered, always complicated, Mom agreeing. They'd spin this as my meltdown by dusk. But I had clarity, choice. Not accident. They'd reviewed that mural. Those branches. And vetoed me. Signal received. Transmission incoming. The first severance was surgical. In their driveway. Banking app open. Auto transfers axed. Taxes. Mortgages. Investments $9. 200 monthly bleed. Stanched in minutes. Next. The family text thread, my lurking ground for their plan sans input. No farewell fanfare, just exited. Took M a week to ping. Third, the nose. M. Grab the wine for book club. No. House sit our Aspen trip? No. Sophia's cash crunch? No. Bald. Unadorned nose. Cracks showed after 3 weeks. Mom's voicemail, modulated worry. Taxes bounced, glitch? Check it. Silence. Dad texted, Mom's concerned, no calls back? Silence. Ryan stormed my office, rebuffed by security. His facade cracked as he left. The new discuss chat? Sophia fat-fingered me in briefly. Her drama again? Childish. Typical. Typical me, making it about me. After being scrubbed from existence. Calls ramped up. Mom's tone shifted, puzzled. Fretful. Furious. This pettiness, bills stacking. Bills. Not, we miss you. Sophia emailed a novella on normal family riffs, dismissing the mural as overblown mix-up. Threat veiled, word spreading. Don't want to be the kid who ditched over decor. Ditched? After bankrolling their dreams? Forwarded to my attorney, not for war. Just records. Every wire. Every IOU. Thick file. Week 7, ambush. Mom on my stoop. Purse barricade. Talk time. No need. Dad tapped retirement for taxes. Sell what you can't sustain. Her color swung pale to crimson. Cruel much. Learned from pros. Over that dumb mural? We'll fix it. Post plea. To hush me. Not want me. Twisting facts. I have mural pics. Gift receipts. Tax stubs. Twist what? She bolted. Mask shattered. You think you're above us, with your cash and corner office. No. Mom. You kept me below. I stopped climbing. She fled. But Carters don't lose ends. Especially fiscal ones. Next on. Sophia texted, Mom/Dad crisis, too far. My reply, has it? Blocked her. Ryan. Parents' lines open for now. Let M taste void, outreach unmet. Words unheard. Presence unnoted. Absence is gravity. The invite hit my work email, Tech Innovators Forum. Keynote on unseen contributions in high-stakes teams. I'd paneled before, this felt fated. 3 weeks honing, not family expose. Smarter. Case study on institutional blind spots, how key players fade by design. Work co-opted. Credit rerouted. Not team players when they demand due. Auditorium brimmed, 500 execs. VCs. Journalists. Picture an org I opened. Sliding to a generic org chart, echoing the mural. Months crafting their legacy map. 116 stakeholders named partners. Advisors. Even the mascot. Chuckles. But the linchpin? Mia. The one footing overheads. Crisis solving. Funding gaps. When flagged. Leadership. They hate spotlight, not core culture, just cash. Not commitment. Murmurs swelled. They knew this tune. Options, endure. Contribute blind or vanish. Slide, revenue plunge. Absence? Sudden visibility. Emergencies. Accusations of selfishness. Q&A, org's fate. Cuts. Pivots, when your ghost pillar crumbles. The vid dropped online that PM. By night. 1,500 shares. Morning, LinkedIn viral. Quote, can't mourn erasure till invoices hit. My phone detonated. I muted for yoga. Post-class, 52 misses. Journalists. Story echoes family firms comment. Mom, Emily. What view you unleashed? Calls about that family portrait. Sophia, insane. Clients probing you're torching my brand. Conference counsel, misreads, clarify. My statement, speech on systemic patterns. Coincidences coincidental. Stand by, unseen labor merit site. Net did the heavy lift. Anniversary pics surfaced, Sophia's posts. Mural central. My absence noted. Reddit. Spot the ghost. Dots connected via my startup bio. Sophia's firm feed, inclusive branding, excludes cis. 116 spots. No blood. She rang from burners. Ranting cyber hate. Suits. Loyalty. Voicemail fodder. Ryan, rep tanking airing laundry? Funny, my app snagged record funding from a VC who'd been board erased. Note, for the shadows. Cease/desist landed certified, Sophia via fancy firm, $1, 200/hour. My old rec for her PR snag. Claims, defamation. Biz interference. Distress. Demand, yank vid. Apologize. $550,000 damages, near my total investments. Forwarded to Patricia. My counsel. She cackled. No names dropped. Slap bait. Sophia doubled down. Blogger interview on betrayal survival. Veiled. Jealous Sib weaponizing privacy. No exclusion. Respected privacy. I chuckled at the rewrite. Patricia's retort. Fact dump transfers. Contracts. Please for more. Hold till suit, she said. Standoff week. Ryan mediated at my desk. Apologize, say not family. Wasn't. She's bleeding clients. From a speech not hers? Her mirror. Mom's wrecked. Over taxes. Sell house talk. Claire family. For your mural? Nah. He flashed pic. Mural with my face photoshopped in. Off font. Marginal. Fixed. Patched. Afterthought. She's suing no choice. Choices have costs. Night text, mural pic from mom. Fixed. Over. Saved for Patricia, admission via edit. Suit filed, Sophia Carter v. Emily Carter. Case 24, CV 2093. Showtime. Courtroom buzzed. Sophia's entourage influencers. Press. Clients. Mine, Patricia. Aide. Forum allies. Judge Ramirez, no spectacle. Sophia's counsel. Silver Fox, irreparable harm from veiled vendetta. Exhibits, comment screen caps. Cancel emails. Lost charts post speech. Patricia, hypothetical psych patterns. Projection if resonant. The portrait, he pressed. What portrait? Speech vague. He blundered, submitted fixed pic. Patricia, admits original exclusion, font mismatch. Plus, my financials $548K gifts as loans. Unkept packs. Judge, funds received. Sophia, gifts. Emails contradicted. Patricia closed, harm from her posts. Not speech. Clients testify, unpro vibe from her betrayal rants. Judge, no false facts. No causation. Dismissed. Plaintiff pays costs. Sophia gripped, you ruined me. You did. I stopped subsidizing. Fallout, Sophia's followers tanked 40K. Blogs dissected faux inclusion. Clients bailed, CFO quit, loans called. Ryan, happy. Neutral, free. Mom called weeks on, house sold. Sorry. Sophia's crashing with us condo. Okay. Portrait too big. Figures. Dad's farewell bash soon. Invited or assumed? Click. I skipped. Aunt Karen dished. Pay your way. Mom spun your absence variably. To you. Busy mogul proud. Saw original portrait. Should have spoken. Why not? Not my lane. Sorry. Sole apology. Months later. A non-envelope. Original mural pic. Arrow to blink, you were here. Unseen. Dad's scrawl. Kept as reminder, gaps scream loudest. My app scaled to 5 states. New arm for overlooked youth, code to visibility. Logo, mirrored tree, self-reflection. Unerasable. Sophia's reboot, crisis PR firm. Scrubbed past. Ryan's bio, solo wolf. Parents condo bound. Self-mortgaged. Me? Original snaps filed, not grudge. Proof. They craved my invisibility. I gave absence. Invisibility fades. Absence carves voids. Holes tell truths walls hide. I'm Emily Carter. I exist. I count. My forest. Self-planted.